I just had two cats tell me why they weren't getting along, and the reason why is going to surprise you. So hang out for the rest of this video to find out what it is. So Bev came to me because she's got two cats. Originally, she had one cat, this male cat, and he'd been around for years. He was probably about 10 years old. Totally fine, living on his own, independent, everything was great. But she started to worry that he was getting depressed. And she started to worry that he actually needed a friend. So she went out and got him a friend, this young female cat. And the young female cat wanted to be friends. And her male cat was not having it. He would hiss at her, he would swipe at her. He just didn't want to have anything to do with this cat. And she started to feel like this could escalate, things could get worse. So that's why she reached out to me. Okay, so here's what the cats told me. The cats first wanted me to ask Bev about what she was doing as far as friendship is concerned, how she felt about friendship. So I asked her, how do you feel about making new friends? And the first thing she said was, "Oh, I don't want to make new friends. I'm at a point in my life where I've got enough friends. It's so much effort to make new friends. I just don't want to do it." So then I said, "Okay, tell me about the friends that you have. Like, how do you feel about them? What do you guys do? What kinds of activities?" And she sort of thought about it and she said, to be honest, I kind of haven't really been interacting with my friends. A few of them have reached out to me and I haven't called them back. And she said, you know, if we have plans to go out somewhere, I find an excuse not to go at the last minute. And I've really kind of been shrinking my life. I don't really go anywhere anymore. Just kind of hang around with my cats. And I do whatever I can when I do have to leave the house to get back as soon as I can. So that was a realization. That's what the cats were mirroring for her, was this whole idea of making friends, friendships. And so I asked her, what do you think friendship in a cat looks like? And she said, well, they should be snuggling together. They should be like all these videos I see on the internet, grooming each other, snuggling, in utter bliss. And I said, is that the kind of friendship that you like? And she said, you know, I like my independence. I like sitting and being with people, but I'm not overly a demonstrative person. I enjoy conversation. I enjoy connection. But I'm not a touchy feely, huggy kind of person. So I said, well, what if some cats are the same way as you? What if just knowing that there's another heartbeat in the house and connecting at a distance and having an independent life but still connected is what they want? And she thought about it and she said, come to think of it, I've had cats my whole life and I've had multiple cats at the same time before. I've had, it's usually just two, but you know, all those cats, they weren't overly demonstrative with each other. They kind of existed. They were in the same house. They even sat on the same couch, but they didn't have to be touching each other. They were friends without being best friends in her mind. And she got it. She thought, oh, this is about what I think friendship is. This is what I'm longing for, not necessarily what these cats want. And that's what her cats were trying to tell her through their behavior. And they were telling her through me, which is, let's look at what friendship actually is. What's your definition of it? And what's our definition of it? And by the way, why aren't you including friends in your life anymore? That was the message they came to deliver. So here's the cool part about the things that I do is, once we got these message, traditional animal communication kind of ends there. Now you've got your message, you know what your cats are trying to tell you. But here's what I do. I use the animal turnaround method and I help the person, I help Bev. I help Bev with these relationship limiting beliefs and thoughts and emotions that she had going up. Turns out there was kind of some events and experiences that led her to feel this way. So we helped her heal and clear and release those. And then we helped her cats heal and clear and release anything they needed to do. The emotions that they had been picking up and absorbing from Bev, the teaching that they've been doing. They don't need to hold that anymore. She got the message. Okay. So what happened? Well, her cats just started living in the same house together. They could be in the same room. They actually were on the same couch together at times. She didn't have to block them away in different rooms when she did leave the house. She felt confident that they were totally fine. Didn't have to do any kind of resource management, litter management. They got along just famously, just like all her other cats did in the rest of her life. And here's the thing about Bev. She actually called some of her friends and went out for dinner and had a great time and started reconnecting in the rest of her life, started going out more, stopped using her cats as an excuse to keep her life small. See, that's the point of our cats, but all of our animals in our lives. They've agreed to come here and teach us things, be our guides, teach us about unconditional love, and that you can love somebody without touching them. So I hope this message from the cats maybe lands for you. If it does, let me know in the comments. Have you experienced anything like this? Have you noticed your animals mirroring something? Maybe this has made you think a little bit more about what your animals are trying to tell you with their behavior. Throw it in the comments. Let me hear.